Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Thursday, March the 12th. And we had another crazy day today. If you did not see, we went limit down. We went limit down in the futures last night, which just means trading was halted because of so much selling pressure. And then we went limit down again this morning at the open, and that's happened twice this week. And I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before, twice in 1 week. But that tells you what kind of extremes we're having in this market. So as we know, we've got the coronavirus news just keeps getting worse and worse in the form of schools closing and all kind of sporting events closing and so forth. Now we've got the travel ban to Europe for 30 days. Everyone's trying to contain this thing, right, and keep the spread from happening. And the fear is that it's going to it's going to be a lot worse, or it's already probably a lot worse than people realize, because people may be carrying may test positive and carry it without having symptoms, and so therefore there might be a lot of people that are roaming around out in the general public that have it and transmitting it that aren't necessarily sick, that type thing. So again, I know you probably know this, but the health aspect is really bad, and it's very scary, and that is one aspect of it. But the other aspect is the economic impact that it's having, not only from factories closing and supply chains being all kind of disrupted all around the world. Global GDP looks like it's going probably to zero now, but from the fact that as things get shut down, people are and will become more and more paranoid as time goes on. For example, sporting events and all that kind of stuff. If people aren't going to, I'll just say a sporting event, for example, they're not spending money, so the vendors don't get paid, the suppliers don't get paid, nobody gets paid, and that is a kind of a downward spiral, because when people stop spending money, the economy contracts and all that stuff, as we know. So that's what's causing all this, and we know that, but as it relates to the market, let's just look at the S&P. This is what we've had, and by the way, today marks the official end of the bull market. We hit a bear market in the Dow. We've got a full bear market in the S&P and a bear market in the Nasdaq. So we're officially, the bull market of 11 years is officially over now. And this downdraft has been so fast. That's kind of the scary part about it, is the speed with which this thing just keeps falling and falling and falling with no bounce. We've had just tiny little bitty bounce here, but that's really about it. So what do we do from here? And if we go out again, we'll stick with the S&P for a minute. If we go out, let's do a 5-year chart. I was kind of targeting, this is a 5-year chart, and I've got the 200-day moving average on a 5-year chart here, and as you can see, we came down, just barely tagged it and bounced, came down, barely tagged it and bounced, and I was looking for this level to hold, and we just sliced straight through it like it wasn't even there. That shows you how weak this market is. So really, honestly and unfortunately, expect more downside during these kind of markets, because I've traded them for so long. We will have lots of violent upswings in the market, and we have to be prepared for that. In fact, let me zoom in a little bit here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So even during big sell-offs, if you can see that right there, I mean, from that low to that high, and even this, back and forth, you get these spurts of big moves on the upside. So we could get a big push up here and then a fade, another big push up here and fade, and ultimately come back down. And I don't know how that would I don't know how that would play out, and I don't know how long, what kind of time frame that is. It depends on how the news continues to roll out, and obviously the next quarter of earnings is going to be very disappointing. Lots of lowered guidance and all that kind of stuff. So at this point, we're still in the shock aspect of it. We haven't even seen the beginning of the bad part of the economic impact. We can guess, but we won't know how this is going to unfold. And I'm not, this is not to sound all gloom and doom, because I love this kind of market. Hopefully you have been prepared, you've hedged, or you've gone to cash, and are in a position to take advantage of it, because with all this kind of volatility, there's some really good opportunities, that come along with it. And it is in the fact that we can trade, the volatility. If you look back here, this is a 5-year chart, get these volatility spikes. Look at these spikes back here, and then look at this spike. So to me, this is a much bigger opportunity. And what I mean by that, we can sell premium, we can, catch these moves back and forth, etc. Because when we do get those rallies, and we will get them, and they'll be sharp, they'll most likely be faded. And all that means is simply if we get a big rally up here, we hedge down here, or we set something up to take advantage of the next move down. And you can hedge on the upside too. I think that's a popular misconception. We might need to hedge a little bit on the upside even now, for what's coming, because the Fed is going to meet next Wednesday, and expecting more sympathy from the Fed and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, don't think this is the end of trading or the end of making money in this market, because it's not. I think it's just getting started. And in fact, if you didn't know or didn't see, this is me. I'm doing a Black Swan trading class Saturday, a couple days from now, and I've been trading professionally as a career professionally for 31 years. So I've traded through a lot of these things. So I did a class last night, a free webinar, talking about really what we're going to talk about in the class, and kind of some of the structure and things like that. But this is going to be Saturday. This is a really, really cool class. I did it one time in 2015, and it's really awesome. But anyway, the class, we're going to have 3 days of live trading to go with this. Plus, we are going to throw in the TOS Analyze tab, or how to use TOS basically, but it's an Analyze tab class. This is a really cool class. Even by itself, I think that class by itself was close to $397 when it first came out. But anyway, we're going to throw that in, and also we are going to throw in, let me scroll down here. If you sign up for this, where is it? Anyway, there's a discount on our mentorship as well. So check that out. There is, if you want to listen to that free webinar, it is posted. Or let us know, just contact customer support or anyone here at Simpler, and they can get that to you beforehand, or you can sign up for that class that's on Saturday. It's a 4-hour course. We're going to talk about 6 specific strategies, 3 for trading the event and 3 for hedging. And I'm going to lay it out in a blueprint form, step by step. Here's how you do it: step 1, step 2, step 3. Because I have an engineering background, and that's the way I think. It's very methodical. So anyway, I hope you can check that out and try to make that. I'll be in the trading rooms tomorrow, the main room and the bias room, if you have questions. But try to check that out. And again, we want to use this sell-off to our opportunity. The opportunity of this sell-off. We want to put this on our side to our advantage, because trading this volatility, we can make some really, really, really good money. So don't get down and out about this market, because it's about to get good for us. And again, this is probably going to be unfolding for a long time. I don't think this will be over anytime soon. We're probably looking at 6 months of back and forth before we start to get some clarity, I think. So anyway, I hope this helps, makes sense. Again, I'll be in the trading rooms tomorrow. Let me know if I can help. And keep all your cash on hand. Sit on your hands. Don't do much trading. Do very specific trading, and don't try to pick a bottom here. So anyway, I hope that helps. And thanks for the time, and I will see you at the next update. Take care.